Thank you for watching Mommy Did You Know? So for this video, we're actually going to talk about the reasons to pump. I know that sometimes people want to pump for various reasons, and there's so many reasons, but I'm going to be talking about the top 5 reasons for pumping. Make sure that you subscribe. It's the best way to help my channel grow, and I look forward to working with you and just learning from each other.
Mommy, did you know?
Now for the first part of this session, we're actually going to talk about reasons that you would want to pump. So it's kind of an introduction for pumping. A lot of people, they just automatically, they want to start pumping, and I ask them, why do you want to start pumping? So it's very important to understand the reasons to pump. Number 1 is the most important reason, and that's for separation. If you and your baby were to be separated for any reason, let's say the baby has to go to the NICU, or let's say mom is unstable for whatever reason, usually would want to start pumping as soon as possible. Now they usually say within the first 1 to 3 hours, which actually a lot of people don't realize, but that is a big reason for pumping is separation, and you want to start pumping as soon as possible after your separation. Number 2 is supplementation. Let's say your baby is losing weight and the doctor wants to supplement, or let's say your baby's bilirubin is high and they say, hey, you should probably start supplementing. The best supplementation is your own breast milk. So you can try to pump. Let's say if your baby's bilirubin is high or something happens, look, nothing goes according to plan, and that's all right. In the end, we just want to make sure that your baby is healthy and your baby is eating. So if you want to pump for supplementation, of course you can give it a try. Just keep in mind that in the beginning, sometimes your production won't exactly be as high as you would be thinking, because it's not like in the movies where it just starts pouring out. It takes some time for your mature milk to come in. So if you do have to start pumping for supplementation, of course, you can do that. And then another reason is sometimes if the baby won't latch. Now, if the baby doesn't latch for the first few hours, that's not really a big reason to pump. But if it's been over 24 hours and the baby still has not latched very well, then you would want to start pumping. Now here is the focus. Pumping is for stimulation. It's not for production. So even though you'll have the pump on, it doesn't mean that you're going to be getting milk out. The pump is not an indication of your milk supply. And I just want to really focus on that. Your baby is the best pump. Just because you might not have milk coming out of your pump does not necessarily mean that you don't have a milk supply or you don't have milk production. It's just the colostrum is very thick and it doesn't really come out with a pump. And then, of course, another reason you might want to pump is soreness. That's actually a very good way to help with nipple soreness. Is, let's say you have soreness and one of your breasts are hurting very, very bad. It's better to pump that side and put the baby to the other side, because if you just don't have any stimulation to that side, you're ending up kind of hurting your milk supply, and you want to protect your milk supply at all costs. And then another reason to pump, but you kind of have to be careful with it, is engorgement. Let's say you're so engorged that it hurts and that you're rock hard, and sometimes the baby even has a hard time latching. If that is the case, that your baby cannot latch on because you are so engorged, of course pump, but just enough to make it soft. This is my pro tip here. If you pump for engorgement and you just pump and release everything, it's going to make your engorgement much worse. So make sure you're hearing my words. If you're pumping for engorgement, just pump enough to get that kind of comfort level, but don't pump the whole breast. If you pump the whole breast, it's gonna end up kind of biting you in the butt in the end, just because whatever milk is coming out, your body is going to start thinking, okay, that's how much milk I need to produce. So if you're overstimulating, you're going to end up producing more milk. So those were my reasons for pumping. Now, of course, there's other reasons for pumping, but those were my top 5. That's separation between mom and baby, and that also is not only at birth, but let's say you're going to work. That's separation. You would want to start pumping to protect your milk supply. Number 2 is for supplementation. Your express milk is the best supplement for your baby. 3 is if the baby won't latch after 24 hours. 4 is for sore nipples, and 5 is for engorgement, but just enough to relieve the pressure. Thank you so much for watching my reasons for pumping. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. That is the best way to help support this channel, keep this channel going so that we can get even more amazing content out there for everybody. Now you can always sign up for my classes online at mommydidyouknow.com. It's just a wonderful resource for you and your family. I hope you have a wonderful day.